All right, everyone. Today I wanted to go over some important information about Tuvala accessories, and that includes things like what fail stack levels you're going to want to use. But before we actually get into the enhancing process, I wanted to go over some important stuff you're going to want to know beforehand, because when it comes to the Tuvala accessories, there's going to be a decent amount of them that you can actually get either partially or fully enhanced. So you want to try to take advantage of that before you start enhancing them to save yourself some effort, time, and also resources. So cut back some of that Tuvala ore that you're going to need to use. So let's get into the two that you actually get already fully enhanced. And if you actually go over to the challenge tab, you go over to goal, you'll see here season character reach level 60 and season character reach level 61. You're actually going to end up getting a pen Tuvala ring and a pen Tuvala earring already at the maximum enhancement level by getting your seasonal character to level 60 and 61. So that's going to cut back immediately on 2 out of the 6 accessories that you're going to need to enhance. So out of your 2 rings, your 2 earrings, your belt, and your necklace, you can just take one of them, one of the rings and one of the earrings away that you're going to have to enhance and not even work on it. Just by doing your level 60 and 61 seasonal milestones. So that leaves us with just 4 of them in total that you're going to need to enhance. Let's get into the ones that you're going to get partially enhanced, though, because these Rift's Echoes are really, really awesome. In fact, they're awesome and important enough for me to put out an entire video getting into these in detail later on, so keep an eye out. But these are going to give you some really, really awesome resources, and that includes partially enhanced Tuvala accessories. You can see the obtainable items that you get: the time-filled Blackstones, Tuvala ore, refined magical Blackstones, and Tuvala accessories. The important thing about that last one, the Tuvala accessories, is that not only can you end up getting the base accessories from these Rift's Echoes, but you can actually get them partially enhanced to Pry, Duo, and Try from these Rift's Echoes. So if you guys have any of these, you definitely want to take advantage and not only run them, but you're going to want to do it in a group. I don't want to get too much into this in this video, but basically everybody brings one of these and you run a rotation. So not only does it make it a lot easier, but it's going to multiply the amount of rewards that you get by taking advantage of not just your own Rift Echoes, but you're going to get all the rewards from everybody else's Rift Echoes as well. These are a great source of Tuvala ore, by the way. In my opinion, these are the best way to get Tuvala ore. So as long as you guys are getting these Rift Echoes, you're killing mobs, getting these Rift fragments, combining these together, and running your Rift Echoes, you should have absolutely no problem with Tuvala ore throughout the season. You're going to get so much of it, but a huge amount of it does end up coming from these Rift Echoes. So take advantage of them for the really awesome rewards. So that's going to give you some already partially enhanced Tuvala accessories. Now, the rest of them that you're going to need to get, if you're wondering how and where to get Tuvala accessories, they can be turned in with 5 Tuvala ore. 5 Tuvala ore is going to give you 1 base Tuvala accessory, and you can see the exchangeable NPCs. There's plenty of different places to get them. In Velia, of course, Trannon, Underforge, that guy right next to the storage. But also, the Tuvala accessories can be melted down, so any extra accessories that you have, if you don't need them or you get extra of them from the Rift's Echoes and you've already done all your accessory enhancing, you can actually melt these into Tuvala ore as well, and you can see the amount that you get. I have a little bit of a better image here. The base accessories will melt down into 5 Tuvala ore, so if you end up buying the wrong one, for example, you can always just melt it, get your 5 Tuvala ore back, and then buy the right one from the vendor. Prize will melt into 10, duos will melt into 20, tries will melt into 30, TET 60, and pens will melt into 100 Tuvala ore. Now let's get into the important stuff like the fail stack levels that you're going to want to use. Now that you know what accessories you can kind of get out of the way before you start the enhancing process, definitely make sure to do that first before you start to get to this point here. And now we're going to talk about the actual enhancing and what levels you're going to want to go with. Now, keep in mind, very importantly, accessories are going to be a bit different from your armor and your weapons, given that accessories, if you do end up failing, what happens with accessories is they blow up and they completely disappear. Cron stones are an option. I wouldn't recommend it. At the end of the day, though, we're all playing the game to have fun. That's the main objective, right? So if you just absolutely hate enhancing, this stuff drives you crazy, and you just want to get it out of the way, and that's the one thing that matters most, you can. But from an efficiency standpoint, I would definitely suggest against doing it. But your accessories will blow up if you do use crons. When you fail, it will not just protect your accessory, though. There is still a chance that you downgrade it, though. So like if you have a duo Tuvala ring and you use crons and you fail, there is a chance that your duo will downgrade into a pry, either way, no matter how you look at it, even with cron stones, accessory enhancing is definitely a source of a lot of headaches from a lot of people in this game. So let's get into the fail stack levels that you're going to want to use getting your accessories up to pen. So that chart right there is what the enhancement chance is without any fail stacks for your Tuvala accessories. You can see the base chance is 70%, the pry is 50%, the duo is 40%, try 30%, and the tet is 20%. And while that seems pretty high, remember that there's a lot at stake here because a failure doesn't just downgrade, it completely blows up. So you have to start all the way back over at step 1 when you fail whatever step of the process you're at. So now the first couple, though, are still not going to be too difficult. 70% chance for the base accessory going from base to pry. At this point, I wouldn't even really recommend that you use fail stacks. You can see that I've got 3, but these are permanent fail stack levels, so I'm always going to have those just by completing my rulepies. 74% chance. You know, if you fail this step as well, even though it does disappear, you're only on step 1 to begin with, so you don't really lose a whole lot of progress. All it's going to take if I do fail this is for me to go spend 10 Tuvala ore to get my base accessory back and then to get my enhancement material Tuvala ring back. So you're at the step 1 of the process anyway, so there's not as much at stake here. Now for the next one, which is going to be your pry to duo, the success chance is going to be 50%. And here I'll say that if you guys are, your primary objective is you want to just try to get this done as soon as possible. You hate enhancing, you want this done, you don't want to worry about it, and you really want to just knock it out, I would say you can go with like 5 to 10 fail stack levels. However, you're going to end up getting so much Tuvala ore just by playing through the season. If you guys consider yourself an active player, if you're going to be playing your seasonal character a lot, and especially if you are going to be running a lot of these Rifts Echoes here, you're going to get so much Tuvala ore by the end of the season. This is going to be the item that I feel like you have the most of compared to your other seasonal materials. You're going to have such an excess of Tuvala ores that you really don't even need to use fail stack levels for pry to duo. So you can go with 0 completely fine, and you're still going to have so many thousands of extra Tuvala ore by the end of the season playing a lot that you shouldn't have a problem getting your accessories up to pen. So anywhere from like 0 to 10 or so, depending on how much you're going to be playing and that sort of stuff. Now, the next step, the duo to try. At this point, even if you do play a lot, I would still recommend using at least a few fail stack levels. You can go as low as like 10, but you can go as high as like 20 to 25 if you want to. Don't go higher than that, though. It's not worth it. Not until we get to the later steps that you're going to want to use higher fail stacks. But I would say anywhere from like 10 to 25 is going to be good for your duo to try. Now we're on the second to last step, which is going to be your try to tet. This is at the point you're not going to want to go YOLO. You're not going to want to do 0 fail stack levels for this. Even for me, last season I used around 20 fail stack levels. You can go a little bit higher though, for sure. If you are really just trying to get your accessories done, you can go as high as 30 to 35 here. I wouldn't recommend going to 40 though, but anywhere from 20 to 35 I think is appropriate for your try to tet. And now the very last step, your tet to pen. This is the one that really matters the most. This one really sucks. If you do fail your tet to pen Tuvala accessories, especially without cron stones, which again, it seems crazy. I don't recommend it, guys. I really don't. If you hate enhancing though, and you just want to get it done, you can. But the stakes are high here. You're going to want to use a reasonable fail stack for your tet to your pen, but don't go too overboard. Don't do anything crazy like use your 70 or your 80 fail stacks that you're going to end up getting from your seasonal rewards. Save those for your non-seasonal gear later on. Trust me, but even for me, I would say, I think last season I used around 40 fail stacks for your tet to pen. I think that's a good level. If you play the season a lot and you're going to get a lot of extra Tuvala ore, you can go a bit higher though. You can go 50. You can even go like 55. Don't go to 60 though. You get a lot of 60 stacks, and a lot of people will use their 60 stacks for their accessories. You know, if you really, really want to and it's going to make you happy, go for it. But I think 40 to 50 is the more appropriate level. I wouldn't really go any lower than 30 to 35 though. That's kind of like the absolute lowest that I would do for your tet to your pen accessories, just because at this point it took a while to get there. You have to start completely over if you do fail, and you do want to give yourself a reasonable increased chance of success. So those are the levels that I recommend there. And you know, the important stuff though is make sure that you guys get your copies of your accessories before you start the enhancing process, because some of these you're not going to actually need to end up getting all 6 of them to pen yourself. You get the one from leveling, you get the one ring from leveling, you get the one earring from leveling, and you get all those partially enhanced accessories from your Rift's Echoes as well. So that's going to be it for the video, though. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope this information was helpful. If you guys did enjoy and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Plenty more coming out, especially with the new season and the new class being out. And if you guys want to help out, give me a sense that you enjoy the video. Feel free to toss a like as well. It means more than you can imagine. Thank you guys so much to all of you guys who have been watching the videos, enjoying them, and helping out with that. If you have any questions, I know enhancing is a headache for a lot of people. Feel free to let me know. I'll try my best to get back to anything that I see in the comments. You can always also let me know on the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/salt, where I do a ton of enhancing myself. That's kind of the thing that I end up doing the most of. So a great place to ask me questions about enhancing, especially if I can't get around and answer everything that I see on YouTube. So I'll leave a link to that on the screen as well. That's going to be it, though. Have a fantastic rest of your time on the seasonal servers, guys. I hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you all very soon.